Hello guys, this is Forex Ray, and today I'm going to take you on a historical path. And this is an amazing piece of history, and I want you to listen carefully, and this is going to even motivate you to be more serious in your trading and look at the tool we have been using more carefully. It's about Ichimoku and the development and as we have it today. Now, in 1898 to 1982 is where we have the full spectrum of what Ichimoku is today, and we have it today. But when it started in 1898, it was just one gentleman, Guichi Osada, who was a newspaper journalist for the capital newspaper in Japan. And he wasn't satisfied with reporting financial information by just looking at the closing candles, because it was just Japanese candlesticks that was available for traders. And amazing to tell you that they were responsible for donating the candlesticks to us. So what we use today, you see it everywhere on trading platforms as candlestick, but it's called the Japanese candlesticks. So they are responsible for developing that for us, and we are using it today. Almost 95% of traders rely on candlestick patterns or candlesticks for their trading decisions. Now, having said that, back to Guichi Osada, he was unsatisfied. So he went on a quest of developing a tool that could, tell him the trend and forecast the trend more accurately than just looking at candlesticks. So this took him through a research process of many months and many decades of trying to develop something. By then there were no computers. So today you have computers, you get Excel, you get Python, you put a few things in the database, and then you crunch some numbers, and boom, within a few seconds you have information. You have some quality data or information you can work with. But that wasn't available. So to get the math out of the way, he brought in some mathematics students who put together the numbers, and by 1935 he published his first article on the Tenkin Sen under the name Ichimoku Sanji. And the Tenkin Sen is actually the first moving average line. It's a 9-period moving average line, and tries to tell us the trend of the market. And that was the starting point. So everything didn't just come about overnight, but it was a long period of work. And so you had the Ichimoku Tenkin Sen being developed in the article Ichimoku Sanji, and that started the whole thing. But the work stalled. That's why you have a whole period of 1898 to 1982. You ask yourself, why did it take so long? It took so long because it was a lot of work. Secondly, it took so long because you had the Second World War interfering with the work. So this work, stopped for a long time. And in 1968, it was put together, and now you have a complete trading system, which is the Ichimoku Kenkuya. That is an amazing history. Because if you look at the makeup of the two, it's so wonderful. I'll go back into it, And so you have the Ichimoku, and then Ichimoku Kenkuya. So Ichimoku means at a glance, and look at a glance. You can just look at the chart and see. It gives clarity and rapidity. It's quick. You can see what is going on. A Kenko means equilibrium, and then Yo means chartism. So you're looking at a balanced chart, and that is so wonderful for a man who was a financial journalist for a newspaper, didn't have access to computers, had this idea and developed this tool that we use today. It's a group of traders, and it's an advanced market reading, market tracking, market monitoring tool. There's no holy grail, but if anything can go as close as the holy grail, it is the Ichimoku. There's no two ways about it. You can do your research. The last time in my video I talked about the research that was conducted by David Phipps, and Ichimoku beating all the other Western technical tools. So you have as Ichimoku. But then when he died, it went to oblivion. It wasn't discussed as much as it was discussed in 1982 when he finished his work. So several years after, you had other people talking about Ichimoku. For example, Hidenobu Sasaki. He was a trader for the Nikkei for the Nikko Citigroup Securities, and that's where he worked. And this gentleman also published the Ichimoku Kenko studies, and he actually made it more alive. I mean, he brought people to the realization that there is a tool that at one glance you could tell what the market had done, what the market is doing, and to a certain extent speculate the potential move of the market. And that was amazing. So Hidenobu Sasaki actually helped, and he was actually his work that won awards and so on, technical analysis award in Japan and so on. This was actually the work that brought back and made people understand that there was a need to go back and really look at the tool and how effective it was. And later on in the West, you have some other writers coming in to look at the work. I mean, you could have Nico Elliott, you have Karen, you had David Lipton. Yeah, I'm sure, if I'm not David Lipton, I think that's the surname, Lipton. And they came out with works looking at the various works that was done by Guicho Sada, Hidenobu Sasaki, and they looked at it and then, I mean, wrote further on this tool. And I'm going to tell you today, there's no need to modify or change anything. People are going to say, well, it is based on the number of trading days in Japan. The number of trading days are 26, and the number of trading days in the West are this. No, don't change anything, because when you change it, it becomes unstable. Look, this is a high level information, and there's a lot of research I have also conducted looking at this tool, and there's no need to modify. There's no need to change anything. The tool as it is amazing, and that is why we use it in our trading outfit. That's why I use it in my trading. That's why I talk about it. That's why I teach it. Because for some Western tech, there's so much work you have to do, but this, you don't have to do so much work, but it gives you good results. And the beauty, if you even look further at some advanced concepts such as Ichimoku, time, price theory, you ask yourself, I mean, it fits into what Nelson Elliott, I mean, if that's Ralph Elliott, the one who made Fibonacci trading popular, you sort of see that the Ichimoku cloud and the setup of the system, the 50% retracement on the cloud, base of the cloud, depending on where you're putting the 50% from, it's so amazingly interesting that it lines up with the works of Nelson Ralph Elliott. But then, while Guicho Sada was developing his work, he never mentioned Fibonacci. But interestingly, it's amazing. It works so well. And this, I think, you look at the time theory, the price theory, it covers many areas of what today Western technicals are trying to look at and they are doing. And so, just looking at Ichimoku and using it alone, you have solved many other issues. You have solved many other technical issues with trading that the tool does for you without you yourself manually pushing your way around. So I like to encourage all traders, especially the new ones who are trying, who are starting, who are struggling with many indicators, who are struggling with price action. Ichimoku is an amazing price action tool because it tells you what price is doing. That's why we have the price theory in there. So for new trader, I mean, you can sort of jump onto Ichimoku and that will be your life. For me, I have used so many tools in the past. I know about almost all the amazing tools that people talk about because I've been around for a long time. But I tell you what, when I found Ichimoku almost 9.5 years ago, I realized that this was indeed the closest to the Holy Grail. That didn't stop me from researching into other Western technical tools. I did research into them. I spent many years doing that. But I realized that anytime it is compared to Ichimoku, they fail. So new traders and experienced traders, maybe you're struggling to trade profitably. Maybe you're wondering what is happening. You bought a lot of EAs to alert you, a lot of volatility filtering tools. It's time to stop. It's time to take a second look at your trading and move away from all those tools and start looking into Ichimoku. What we do is to provide you Ichimoku studies, Ichimoku information on the time frame that best suits the pair you're trading so that you can be profitable. I hope this video helps you and like this video, share it, comment on it, ask questions. I'm always available to answer. Start your quest into Ichimoku and you'll be profitable regularly going forward from now. Thank you very much for watching and see you in my next video.